Slap on a quick timer just to see how long this actually takes me. Howdy my gentle humans, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana Chu here at Slow Gaze. We are all about slowing down and gazing inwards here on this channel. Today I wanted to do maybe a shorter video, a kind of glow up. Everybody feels like they need one right now, especially during this winter time, let alone a global pandemic. So I just thought it'd be nice to talk to you about my obsessions. I'm really obsessed with Nudestix and cream products and things that are just easy, on the go, even though I'm going nowhere. It's really perverse. So I thought maybe some of you would be sharing that same obsession with me. I wanted to do a 5-minute makeup challenge for myself. It's to feel like I am in control of my daily routine, of feeling like I don't need to put so much effort in just to feel like myself or perked up a little and polished. I don't know your situation at home, but we all have different needs and callings that require us to maybe be on video or to go see people in person with a mask on, etc. So this is not really tailored to any one person or lifestyle. I thought I'd just reach out with my own little love letter to Nudestix and to cream products in particular. This is not sponsored or an ad at all. I just happen to be obsessed, and I like to go in order of what needs to be done first. So if my routine gets cut short for any reason, at least I have the structure down. So to me, that's really important. A little bit of coverage down to have my face looking as smooth and collected as possible. I would love my brows to have some structure, and then next would be bronzer. I'm definitely a bronzer girl over a blush girl. In fact, when I do put blush on, I don't want to look too feminine or like an ingenue or like I just did a little fairyland dance in the cottage woods. I want to look beachy, but on the side of wearing no makeup at all. I'm not into a huge blush moment, but I do love the little color it brings to my cheeks, and it gives the bronzer and the contouring, kind of the structure, the architecture that I put on my face, a little bit more believability. Next, I'm gonna put on highlighter. That is really important to me as well because it does bring back a little bit of light because I put on all the colors and all the shadows. Then my eyes, I have hooded eyes and very oily eyes, and it's not super important to me to have a lot of eye makeup on. I just need a little pop or a little bit of definition, especially on the top eyelash line. So I'm gonna go in with a little pencil. Next would be my lips. Again, if I stopped here and I didn't get to my lip stage, I'd be all right. I would feel still pretty polished. So this is already the extras, the auxiliaries, the nice to haves. Next would be a little lip liner. I guess that's it. You know, if I lastly have extra time, I would put on mascara. That is my very last step. I know for a lot of people it is their very first and crucial step, but my lashes just don't give that much oomph for me, and so it's really important that you know what are your top 1 or 2 things that you can do. Is it your brows or your lashes, or is it your cheeks and your lips? Sometimes they come in pairs, and I find that it's really helpful to know what priority you need to give to your features in order to feel balanced, polished, and whatever you're going for. Maybe it's just a whole heap of glitter all over. So that's my spiel. I'm going to show you how it's looking, and I'm doing a voiceover this time. Usually if you come to my channel before, I do it very much more talking head style, a little more casually. Because I am gonna time myself doing all this, I wanted to do this in a different way. I'm using the Nudie's Tinted Blur Stick in Light 3. I found it quite difficult to figure out what color I was because I saw a lot of influencers, not to mention the co-founder Taylor Frankel herself, using much darker shades than I imagined. Like they were using 4, 5, 6, and they wanted an overall bronzier look, like a darker look on purpose. So to find an accurate match was difficult. 3 works for me. If you want to know my skin matches and other products that match my skin pretty well, I can put that in the description box below. But basically this is a very silicone-y feeling product. When you first swipe it on the skin, it feels almost like a primer and a concealer in one, but it's very feather light. I was afraid that it would just sit on the skin and it wouldn't really blend in, but because you're putting on such a thin layer, it actually works pretty well to give just enough coverage. I am using the Hourglass double-ended complexion brush. Brows, as I mentioned, this is the Milk KUSH Fiber Brow Gel in CYPHER. It's one step up from their deepest, darkest shade. It's more of a neutral, cool toned, deep dark brown gray almost, and they're supposed to have, you know, fibers or microfibers in there, fluff up your brows. I find that this is a very wet formula, but it does stay where it's set, so it's a little finicky. This is quite a new tube. Next is BONDI, which is Nudestix's arguably most famous color. It's in their blush and bronzer range. I find this quite a warm toned brown. It's supposed to be a bronzer, not a contour, but I use it almost as both, and I swipe it straight onto my cheeks. That way I can have a symmetrical application to begin with, and I know what I need to blend out. Patting and swiping motions to kind of blend and buff out the color along my cheeks, and not to mention a little on my chin, otherwise I would just have color on the top half of my face. I want it all tied in. This is Bareback from Nudestix as well. It's a very cool toned, almost mauve-y peach, and it sounds like that's a lot of words all in once to describe this one color. Quite muted, and I really enjoy it because it gives, again, that liveliness back to my skin, but it's almost as if I wasn't wearing blush. It's an editorial look. Next is Bubbly BEBE, which is the anyone else think of Moira from Schitt's Creek right then? This is their champagne shade of highlight, and it's quite deep. It's quite bronzy as well, so it's warm toned, perfect for going with this look. I think it's nice and wet looking. Nudestix Magnetic Matte Eye Color in Cocoa. Dig it right into the lash line, not shy about it, and I just smudge it with my fingers. No other brushes required. I always thought that unpolished makeup was a little bit beyond me. It was not my gig. After finding these pencils, I like the proposition of having a liner, a smoky eye, and just a little bit of almost a lash tint. The impression of having fuller lashes. All of that wrapped in and combined in this chubby stick. Really highly recommend this. Lip liner. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Coconut Lip Liner. Really brown, really love it, but I'm looking for a dupe if anyone has a good recommendation. The Pillow Talk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury is way too pink. I definitely need more brown tones in my life. This Fenty Glow Cream lip gloss, and yes, this is the perfect peachy nude for me to diffuse the lip line I just put down and to moisten my lips and make them all plump and juicy. Now, if I gave myself just a little more time, I would go in, like I said, with the liner from Kat Von D. And this is the old one before they rebranded. Mad Max Brown, which is still offered and it's still my favorite. It goes perfectly with that cocoa shade from Nudestix. And next is one of my holy grail mascaras of all time. It is Ilya's Limitless Lash Mascara in Midnight. It needs no introduction here. I use it all the time, and I love the double-ended comb. It goes on with a little bit of volume at first, and then the oomph really comes from the comb side of the plastic bristles. It really helps lift, and the curl actually holds with my small lashes. If I can have this routine down under 10 minutes, I think I'm pretty confident with feeling polished and knowing I have everything in my arsenal to feel the way I want to feel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It really helps my little channel grow, and it's the best compliment you can give me, besides subscribing, of course, or you can support this channel with a monetary donation to Slow Gaze Coffee. You can buy me a coffee. I've linked that down below. I do donate some of my ad revenue to the ACLU and other civil liberties groups, organizations here in Milwaukee. Just know that some of your money is going to causes. Maybe we'll do a little series, 5-minute faces, sending lots of love and light. I will see you on my next one. Adios.
Please handle this side up. You got me upside down. Should only feel this much.